Hello everybody, welcome to the channel if you've never been here before. If you've been here before, then welcome back. You can see the car is packed full of stuff we're preparing to leave. Getting out of the bad feng shui apartment. Check out the previous video for more on that. And oh, here's the directions. We're on our way to another place, so this should be interesting. Stick around. 摘下星星送给你，摘下月亮送给你，让它每天为你升起。变成蜡烛燃烧自己，只为照亮你。把我一切都献给你，只要你欢喜。你让我每个明天都变得有意义。生命虽短，爱你永远不离不弃。你是 the open road, sort of. Just over 2 hours to our destination, and already my son is becoming impatient. He didn't even want to do a call with his grandma. Can you believe that? Oh, he's up to no good now. Anyway, yeah, I've got to focus on driving. I don't think I can just be on the camera the whole time, so enjoy the ride. Well, we've arrived, at least to a hotel. My wife and son are going to be staying in here. I'm hopefully going to be getting the new place set up tonight. I figured that would be, well, we figured it would be better if they had a place to rest while we set everything up. And yeah, so here in a second I'm going to sit down to upload the video that I made before this one, which you guys haven't seen yet, but is already done, believe me. We'll see if YouTube cooperates. And later on, I'm going to be going out to see the new place. And hopefully it all works out. But yeah. Well, it's time to go look at the new place. Hopefully. I've got to drive a little ways away. My wife wanted to stay in this place by the beach, by the way, for tonight. So I have a bit of a drive to get over there, which that's also near the beach. But either way, time to hit the road again. Only this time without music. Oh, motorcycle taxis, they still exist here. Yeah, I thought they got rid of all those here in China, but I guess they still have some holdouts. You know, I do have to say, the scenery out here is absolutely amazing. I don't know, it's like, when I was a little kid, I spent some time in Oregon, and yeah, my parents had lived in the Portland area, Salem, Oregon, for a couple of years, and this almost reminds me of like a combination of that and what I've seen in Thailand and some other places. Yeah, it's really, really beautiful out here. It's sort of what you picture, you know, when you think of China. A lot of times you just, you know, I guess from going to Chinese restaurants and that sort of thing, you have this image of all these beautiful scenes, and it's because, you know, they have those pictures hanging on the walls in Chinese restaurants. So this is always what I pictured before I came to China. And yeah, it's kind of interesting to see. I really like it. It makes it hard to think of, you know, I'm planning on leaving China, and I know, of course, I need to leave. The things are a mess right now. But it certainly doesn't make it easy when you come to a place like this. It's just so different here. It's almost like I'm in another country. It's almost like I'm not even in the same China that I know. But of course, it's, well, things are crazy. I wish the world could go back to normal, but it just can't. And no amount of change of scenery is going to change the facts of what is happening here in this country and how controlled it is and how dangerous it can be as a foreigner when suddenly the mood of the national government changes. It's unfortunate, but that is the reality of things, and wishing that it could be different just isn't gonna work. Well, hello everybody. I have made it to my destination and then some. I thought I'd the apartment looks like it'll work. I am just on the roof, which is my custom to christen the place, and what, so to speak. Have a look at the view from the top. Pretty nice. I think I can get a better angle from the other side, but I'm about to head back to the hotel where my wife and son are waiting. So yeah, all right, so everything checks out with the place. I've been on the roof, and now it's back to the car to go back to see, or to get my wife and son, or actually to stay the night in the hotel, because, well, we already paid for it, why not? Anyway, the place checks out. Still waiting on some furniture to arrive and that sort of thing, but it looks like it'll work. It looks like the feng shui is a little better than the other place, so that's not a big issue. And believe it or not, my car is actually parked at the train station, so I have to make my way back there, but not before I get something to drink, because, well, I just got taken to dinner. It was pretty spicy, and well, now I'm pretty thirsty, and it's, yeah, I'm getting a drink. So I'm looking for a convenience store or something to get something from. I've successfully located a convenience store. Actually, it looks like it's a wine shop, but they'll have drinks of the non-alcoholic kind, which is what I'm looking for, so that'll do. Your coffee, Ma? Just any. Ah, oh, there it is. Yeah. All right, I've got water, and now I have change for the bus to go back to the train station, to pick up the car, to go get my wife and my son, or just, you know what I mean. Now to find the bus stop. Let's see, this way? I don't know, I think the thing needs to be calibrated a bit. See if it zooms in a little bit here. No, that doesn't really help either. I got it. I apparently have to cross the street, but there is not a place to cross the street here, so I have to walk a little bit to cross the street. Oh, these people are thrown off a bit. I was thrown off a bit by them. Not expecting to see a foreigner with a camera walking around. Oh. I think that this place is going to suit us nicely for the short time that we'll actually be around. Very beautiful place. If things weren't going the way that they were, I would happily stay here. It's, like I said, a very beautiful place. But unfortunately, the world is full of insanity, and it doesn't look like that's going to be possible. So, yeah. Now for the fun experience of crossing the street in China at night. People already don't stop for pedestrians. Now it's even worse because they can't see the pedestrians. So, where they would normally dodge pedestrians, they can't even do that very well. It's too dark. Oh, see, here comes one now. Oh my. It's like playing Frogger for those of who actually know what that is. It's a little old. Do they have any newer versions of that? Probably not. People today, they don't play those kinds of games. Look it up. It's a fun old game. Trying to get the frog across the street and the river and whatever else. That's what it's like. Yes, crossing the street in China is like a game. That's how I look at it. A game where if you fail, then you die. Or get horribly injured. As was the case for someone that I knew this Russian guy who had lived in China for a long time, And the entire reason that he came here was that his good friend had been hit by a truck on a scooter. And, well, he came to help his friend to get better and ended up staying for, well, forever. I wonder if he's still here, or if he got caught up in all of this mess and ended up stuck outside of China. Who really knows? Probably, because, well, unless you're really, really lucky, the longest that you can get a residence permit for in China, if you're even lucky to get one of those, and I'm not talking about the work permit or whatever, then everybody gets those 1-year work permits. The longest you can get is 10 years, and that's for very, very few people. The other one is 5 years if you have family or something, but I don't know that he qualifies for any of those, so he's probably back in Russia. Yeah, he came here for that. You don't want to end up like that. You got to be careful crossing the street outside of the United States or other places like that where people actually stop for pedestrians. Remember that if you ever visit Asia. Well, Japan and Korea and those places are a little different, but China specifically, the cars will not stop for you. You might have to stop in the middle of the crosswalk and let them go around you, because they're not going to stop for you. Which reminds me, maybe some of you watching the video are doing so because you've come across a job advertisement for teaching in China or something like that. A friend of mine brought it to my attention that the internet is full of postings for job openings as English teachers and whatnot here in mainland China. And he wondered if I would recommend taking on such a job. And, well, anyone who's seen my videos would probably be able to answer that. But maybe it's a little more complicated than just no, don't, under the current situation or circumstances. Even if you, let's say, okay, yeah, you might have a good experience doing it, you can't get into the country. So they can post all the jobs in the world. The reason they're posting all of these jobs is their workers have been trapped outside of China, and now the schools are starting to open up, so they're desperate to get foreign teachers in here, or whatever, foreign workers. Most of the time it's a foreign teacher, and there's no one to fill the position because all the foreigners are stuck outside of China. So yeah, they're pretty desperate because, well, their schools are probably on the line here. And yeah, there's tons of these jobs, but might as well forget about it because you can't get into China. I don't know when that's going to change, but probably not this month, probably not next month. I don't know when it's going to change. They've stopped issuing passports, as I mentioned in, was that in this video? I don't know. Yeah, they're not issuing passports to Chinese nationals now, so they're expecting to prevent Chinese people from traveling. I don't imagine they're going to let a lot of foreigners in here. So yeah, you might as well ignore those job postings. Don't get your hopes up, you can't get to the job. Oh, just waiting for this bus. Suddenly so quiet on the street. According to the information here, the bus should still be running, but well, no telling when it's going to show up. It could be 30 minutes, could be just around the corner for all I know, but that's the joys of all of this. It used to be in Beijing. In some of the other cities, they actually, on the GPS, it'll tell you where the bus is, what station it's at, how soon it'll be there. That's pretty nice. But no such luck here. At least not with the Baidu maps that I'm using. Maybe if I had a different app it would work, but I don't. Or maybe it does tell me and I just don't understand because it's in Chinese. Who knows? Well, I caught the bus. Close call, almost missed it. I was busy taking photos and next thing you know, there it was. Like I said, it could have been right around the corner, could have been 30 minutes. It was somewhere in between. Well, I almost missed my stop. The navigation app is being a little bit buggy, and I guess this bus doesn't always stop at every station, so I just happened to look out and see the name of the station and realize this is where I was supposed to be, so at least I think so. Let's double check. Yep, this is right. So now I'm supposed to walk to another bus station and get on another bus that'll take me to the train station. So hopefully the navigation app can quit being so buggy and actually get me where I'm supposed to go. Well, on the way to the other bus, I discovered this really cool park with a, I guess it's sort of part of a bay. It's fed with ocean water anyway, salt water. Very cool. Within walking distance of where I live. I think I could see myself spending quite a bit of time out here if I were staying here for very long. Of course, I'll still spend time out here. It's definitely a good place to go walking or get some exercise, which I need some exercise. I've gained some weight, so time to lose some weight. All this sitting around with this coronavirus, you know. But yeah, pretty cool. Now getting back to my recommendations about whether or not on those jobs that some of you have probably seen posted all over the internet for positions in China. Let's say you could get to them and the world had stepped back from the brink and things were a little bit more normal between the rest of the world and China, then maybe I'd recommend giving it a try. I have in the past. Yeah, why not? A lot of the schools will give you a place to live. Maybe not the best salary, but a decent salary. And they may even cover your flight to come out and a flight to go back once your contract is over. So, I don't know. If you're someone who wants to save up some money, it could be a good way to save some money. Could be a good way to experience another country, another culture, to jump into the whole expat thing. Unfortunately, things are not stepped back from the brink, and things are crazy, so you can't even get to the jobs. But if things had changed, maybe then I'd have a recommendation for it. Well, that's it for the second bus. Now I just walk into the train station parking lot and get in the car. Yeah, that was a little bit different of a bus than what I was expecting. I haven't seen one of those in a while. Tiny bus, mini bus. I almost missed it because I thought it was a... sometimes they have these other buses that are like a private bus, I guess you could say, that you can get on. It looked like one of those to me, so I wasn't going to get on it until I saw the bus number, and then I realized, oh, no, that's the bus. Good thing I saw that. I almost missed it. It almost drove away. But, quite a bus. I see it was just that particular bus, because another bus, 28, just went by and it looked like a normal modern bus. Yeah, what an experience. Yeah. Finally to the car. I can take this mask off, which, by the way, turns out I got rid of the other mask, and then I realized, oh yeah, I'll need a mask if I'm going to get on the bus. The only bus I had, or mask, not bus, the only mask I had was actually one meant for a child like my son, which fortunately it still worked. It covered up my nose and face so people don't get nervous. But yeah, now to drive back to the hotel, and I guess I don't know if you can still see me in this light, but well, I'll see you guys in the next one.